What's going on, guys? I just want to talk to you quick about the Latitude Carbon SS sticks, give you a quick review. I'm going to tell you what's good, what's bad, and if they're really worth buying. Let's check them out. All right, guys, one thing I wanted to point out that I think is a con to these is there's not a whole lot of tread on the steps. So what happens is if you're wearing big boots or anything like that, there's just not a lot of tread for grip as you're climbing up the tree. The second con that I would think is when you buy these, they only come in a 3-pack. So you got 3, and the sticks aren't very long. So you either got to buy another set. There are some places that you can buy them individually, or you've got to, what I did was I went ahead and put 8ers on these, which gets you up the tree obviously a little further. But that's just adding more cost to the base cost of the sticks. All right, guys, the third con that I want to talk about is these sticks do not stand very far off the tree. Compared to a lot of other sticks, you just don't have a lot of room to put your foot once you're up here. So a lot of times you really got to kick your foot at an angle, because if you just do your toe, most of my foot's still sticking off the stick here. So you really got to twist your foot at an angle to step up. So if I put a Muddy Pro stick up here to compare, so you can see how this peg on this stick sticks out almost an extra inch, which is actually quite a bit when you think about it if you're wearing big boots, such as muck boots or something like that. So that'd be another con that I have on there. All right, guys, those were the 3 big cons as far as the stick goes that I found. Now, all those cons are kind of coming because of obviously the best part of the stick, which is it's very lightweight. They are by far the lightest sticks I've ever picked up. So obviously they're trying to cut weight anywhere they can. Obviously the length of the stick is cutting off weight. If you have smaller tread, cutting weight. And obviously you've got less material that's pushing the stick off the tree, which is obviously giving you a lighter weight stick itself. So that's the biggest benefit to these sticks, is they're very lightweight, and you have a lot of mobile hunting nowadays, which a lot of guys are using just so they can bump around. And if you've got to lug a lot of heavy gear, you're just not as apt to do it. So this year when I bought these, I'll tell you, I never sat in the same tree twice. I was always moving around, and these made it really, really easy to convince myself to do. I wasn't lugging heavy sticks around. They're not real noisy. There's no buckles on them or anything like that. So that's obviously the biggest pro to these things. One of the other big pros is this rope to attach to the tree. Obviously a silent system, but these ropes are really long. You don't have to worry about really the size of the tree. You can see how much rope I have left over, and all you do is just going to wrap it a couple times around these little hooks, just lock in the rope, and then you're good to go. And these get a really good bite on a tree, really good bite. Now these are made of carbon. They're actually supposed to be really strong, stronger than some metals. So I haven't had any problems with any cracks in them or anything like that. A lot of people have worried about that in really cold weather. Hasn't been an issue at all for me. So, like I said, I've used these for a full season. I didn't want to do a review before I used them for a while, just so I could kind of give you guys a more honest review on my actual thoughts rather than buying them and giving a review right away. So, those are a couple of the really good things. Now you'll notice so because the sticks are a lot shorter, I put an 8er on. This gives you about, probably an extra 4 feet of height if you have one on each, which is kind of nice. But these are the Latitude 8ers, so these get a little expensive. You can do some homemade ones, or there's some aftermarket ones as well that you can put on these and be a little cheaper. But I can get up to, with the 8ers on, I can get up to about 18 feet, 18 to 20 feet, depending on how big I'm stepping. If you're tall, obviously you get a little higher. If you're shorter, you're not gonna get quite that high. So another big benefit is that these stack really tight. So this is what one looks with how one looks with the rope wrapped up. You just wrap it around here a few times. Then you're gonna stack these on top. And that's how tight they stack. I actually just throw these in my backpack. I unzip it pretty much all the way and just throw them in my backpack, zip it up. put my little stand on the outside, and you're good to go. So I'll wrap this a couple times, wrap it around to tighten up the sticks. I'll just put it in here, and they're pretty quiet. They do really, guys, we all know the real reason you clicked on this video. That's to see if these are actually worth the price. These sell for about 240 bucks for a set of 3. In my opinion, I would buy them again. I really, really like the stick. They're really light. If you're doing a lot of hanging hunts, definitely a great stick to have because you're bouncing around a lot, easy to take up and down. The ropes are long enough that you can get around pretty much most trees that you're gonna be going up. Now, if you're not doing a lot of hanging hunts, you can probably get a cheaper stick and be just fine. But like I said, they're a great stick. With the aiders, everything like that put on here, you can get up to 18 to 20 feet. So with all the pros and cons that I told you guys, like I said, I would buy them again. But if you guys have any other sticks that you like better, let us know. We'll do some reviews of those as well and kind of compare and see what we think. So put in the comments below if you guys have anything that you want us to review, and we'd love to do it. But we appreciate you watching, and hopefully you guys continue to watch, and we'll bring you more content. Thanks a lot.